kids, it's me, Mom. I am here to show you how to pressure can chicken. Why do you do this? Because one, it saves a ton of room in your freezer. You don't have to wait for something to thaw. It's already cooked. So now you can just throw it in a casserole, throw it in soups, or make a fresh chicken salad to go on a sandwich. It just, for the convenience and money savings, so worth it. And not to mention, you know it's in your food. So let's get to this because it's really easy and I want to show you how to do it so you can start saving money and time. Okay, so we're going to cut this chicken up into bite-sized pieces. Part of the reason I'm going to do this is so that we can pass the heat through the jar, through the chicken, fully cooking it, making sure that every part of this chicken has been fully cooked before we end the time on this pressure canner. That is key for food safety. So let's just go ahead and continue to chop this chicken. You're just taking it out of the pack. You're not doing anything special. It really is just about 1-inch cubes. Just go ahead and cut across and then cut those into 1-inch pieces. You don't want too small a diced chicken. There's no need for that. Just a manageable size, kind of bite size is all you need. So there we go. We're going to do it that way. And we're going to get through all of this chicken here real quick, get it all diced up, and then we'll put it in the jars. Chicken, for food safety rules, be sure that this raw chicken isn't touching anything else. We're going to not reuse this knife. Once we're done, we'll throw it in the sink. Let's go ahead and get all of this chicken chopped up and ready to go. Any of this gristly stuff, you can go ahead and remove that like this. I'll just get it out of the way. And we're just, again, looking for just about 1-inch chunks. That's all you need. Just slice it into little pieces, about bite size. Yeah, like this right here, all this fat and skin, I really don't need or want that in the jar, so I'm just gonna set it to the side and to get rid of that. And then I'm just continuing to cut it up and put it back in that pack until I'm ready to process it. This gross stuff I'll throw away. And we're just slicing this into bite-sized pieces, about 1-inch cubed. Don't have to be precise. It's not it's not important. It's all going in the jar. It's all going to be cooked, and then you'll use it in whatever you're cooking. So if you hear anything in the background, it's probably Molly. We have a new puppy. She's a little, she's got a lot of energy. The bones have already been removed. If by chance you are buying whole chicken or bone-in meat, you need to remove the bone. What are some of the dishes that I use my chicken in? Well, chicken enchiladas, for one. This is amazing. And if you wanted to, you could add seasonings into the jar with the chicken before you pressure can it, like cilantro or cumin, maybe onion powder, garlic, any spices that you like. Perhaps you want to do it and use it in like a fried rice. Then you could add like Chinese 5-spice into the jar with it. Or maybe you want a butter chicken for an Indian curry dish. And in that case, I would probably just can it the way it is and then add that to your curry sauce after. But these are some of the dishes I will use my chicken for quite frequently. Curries, tacos, chicken tacos, chicken chili is really good with this. I've used it on nachos. Yes, chicken nachos are yummy. Chicken tetrazzini, a favorite, childhood favorite. If you've never made that, that's old school and we love it. Casseroles for sure are great with this method. Like I mentioned, I make chicken salad out of it. Just a quick, simple chicken salad. It's already all cooked, so keep that in mind. When you're making meals, this stuff is literally ready to heat and go. You can either toss it in the dish, or you can take it out of your jar and you can pop the jar without the ring and lid, take those off, into the microwave, put that jar with the chicken in, and go ahead and heat it right in the jar, and you have warm or hot, ready to go chicken even, right out of the jar that way. So just so many applications and uses for the chicken, and as prices on meat seem to continue to climb, or we have issues with our food supply like bird flu and them recalling or chickens dying and them having to call, entire, runs of chicken in the chicken houses or the poultry producers, Then we see a shortage. And then when it does come back, it seems like the price is through the roof, right? And you're like, how did chicken go from being one of the cheapest meats you could buy to one that is almost as expensive as beef? And let's not even talk about the price of beef nowadays. And even better, when they mark the turkeys down because Thanksgiving's over and they have a surplus of them, you can go pick yourself up an entire turkey, debone it, break it down like this, and start throwing it in jars, put it in the pressure canner, and you will have ready to eat turkey anytime you need it. For casseroles, dishes, maybe you feel like Thanksgiving in July. Well, guess what? You got the turkey ready to go. So now that we have all of this chicken chopped up, I am going to remove this, what they call the diaper in the bottom of the container. That nasty thing that catches all the juice and blood. This thing looks like a big bloody, well, you know what it looks like. Let's get it gone out of the way. Mind you, I have chicken junk all over my hands right now. Oh, and I just put chicken juice everywhere. Fantastic. Mom, you screwed that up. I'll be right back. We're going to clean up all this chicken juice, and then we're going to get this in the jars. All right, we're back. My hands are clean. Chicken juice is all cleaned up. I'm just going to throw this right in here like this. Get it all here so that I can go ahead and get this out of the way in the sink. Hands are clean. Let's get this all canned up. It's super easy. Let's go ahead and we're going to take our jars, just like put this into a jar. I'm going to fill it to just about 3/4 full. And that's all you need to do right now. Okay, so we have our chicken in our jars. All we need to do now is add a little bit of salt and some room temperature water, lids, rings, and then they'll go in the pressure cooker. How easy is this, right? It's so easy. Once you've already wiped those lids, we know they're clean. Nothing's gonna get in the way of these lid sealing. We're setting them on top and we're putting our rings on. And finger tight means not rake down, but just finger tight. It's tight. Not too loose, not too tight. And we're just closing these up and we're gonna put them in a pressure canner with some water. There is nothing more to this. Let's go ahead and move these over to the pressure canner because that's all that's left. I just want to get these jars into our pressure canner. This is cold. I haven't heated the water. To go about halfway up the, just put my lid on. I'm gonna line it up. All right, so I'm gonna turn this on. Get fairly high temp right now because I want to bring this up to pressure. I want to start having this just vent out steam really, really hard for about 10 minutes. All right, you can see this is definitely venting. No doubt about it. You can hear it, feel it, and see it. It's been going for about 10 minutes. And even the way it is right now, it's already coming up in pressure. I'm going to take this weight, I'm going to put it on 10 pounds, and I'm going to set it on top. As soon as this begins to start jiggling, which it will here in just a second, I'm going to turn my heat down slightly. I want this to keep a steady jiggle. Once it starts that, I'm going to start my timer. I'm going to go for 90 minutes on chicken. Any protein, beef, pork, chicken, lamb, venison, bear, squirrel, I don't know, whatever meat you eat, go ahead and go with 10 pounds pressure, 70 to 90 minutes. We got jiggle from high to about medium high, because I need this to be a steady jiggle, and we're way over 10 pounds, so we're going to bring this heat down. This is an aluminum canner, so it gets hot fast. Molly, our puppy, everything is something to bark at right now. What you're looking for is for this to jiggle every once in a while, not consistently, like that. See how it just, it jiggles and then it stops. And then it'll jiggle and stop. So if I move this back on now, I should be where we need to be. And if I check on my gauge, I'm right at 10. So we're there. It's going to sit for 90 minutes doing this thing, and it'll be ready to go. That's all I need to do.